Hey everybody, my name is Janessa and I am a school nurse that is taking over the Instagram stories for today. I am so excited to share with you all the ins and outs of being a school nurse because if you're anything like me, you had no idea what you were getting yourself into or anything about school nursing prior to becoming one. I am excited to answer your questions of what I do on a daily basis and sneak peek, spoiler alert, whatever you want to call it. It's not all about ice, lice, and band-aids. So let's get to it. I'd say this is the number one question that I get. And I work in the education field, and in my school district, we are paid on the educator's salary schedule, just like a teacher would be. Every school district is a little bit different in how they pay their school nurses, but according to nurse.org, the average salary for a school nurse is about $52,000 a year. So I think that equals out to about $29 an hour. Don't let that deter you. Some school districts actually pay you for years of experience. So all that time you spent in the hospital, they will transfer that over to your school nurse salary. Hey, welcome to work with me as a school nurse. Today's the day. Just walking into the building, getting ready to go to work. So use all the resources you have. Other school nurses in the school district, reach out to them because they are going to have the most knowledge that is pertinent to the school district that you are working in. Find out what the expectations are for your school district in particular. Are they wanting you there to develop healthcare plans and implement those, or are they wanting you there strictly for emergencies? It's important to recognize that you probably have years of experience as a nurse prior to becoming a per diem school nurse. And if you do, all the skills that you have are going to benefit you in the school. One piece of advice that I was given as a brand new school nurse was to know that the work will be there tomorrow. So you handle what is directly in front of you and whatever's left can wait. So I've been a school nurse. I am just starting out my 5th school year. I started in 2018. And school nursing was new to me, but nursing in general was not new to me when I became a school nurse. I had been a nurse. I started on a surgical unit, which was fabulous, and I learned a ton of skills there. And in that time that I worked there, I actually was trained on a surgical intermediate care unit as well. So I was ACLS certified, and I had all sorts of things going for me there. I enjoyed my time there, but I then transferred to a LDRP unit and was able to help moms with breastfeeding and postpartum, antepartum, stuff like that. So I have kind of a wide range of experience when it comes to nursing. So I became interested in school nursing because prior to becoming a registered nurse, I had a bachelor's degree in health promotion with a minor in nutrition education. So I already had this educational background, and then to have nursing skills on top of it, I really just felt like it was a natural fit for me. So one of my husband's good friends' sisters was a school nurse, and I learned about her job a little bit through him, and it sounded really interesting to me. My husband is also in the education field. He is a school counselor. So those two things combined, I was like, well, I want this schedule. I would love summers off. I would love to be able to help kids and use my bachelor's degree in health promotion to help them as well. So that's kind of how I found my way into school nursing. School nursing is a lot like triage nursing. So every day can be different. You never know what's going to come through the door. So you just have to evaluate and use your skills. Use your skills to determine what needs to be handled first. And when the school year is over, I actually still get paid. So I am paid on a 12-month salary schedule. So I only work 9 months, and it's divided into 12 so that I don't have to budget when I am off work for the summers. there are many pros to being a school nurse. And I think working with kids from kindergarten up through high school has been one of the coolest things that I've been able to be a part of, because you get to follow up with kids. You know, you help them, you give them an eye exam, and if they fail, you refer them out, and then you get to see what life is like after they get glasses. And so that is one of the coolest things, is the follow-up factor of public health. But like any job, there are also some cons to it. So for me, I would say the biggest con is being the only nurse in the building and not always having people that you can bounce ideas off directly next to you. So, I mean, you can text or call the other nurses at the other schools, but it's not quite the same camaraderie and feeling that you would get in a clinic or in a hospital setting. The most surprising thing for me as a school nurse was actually realizing how many kids are actually dealing with chronic illnesses just every single day of their lives. I was shocked at the number that needed healthcare plans for asthma, allergies, diabetes, seizures, and those are just the 4 main ones that we see regularly. Mental health conditions are high on the list, but I would say that was the most shocking and surprising thing to me, and shocking that we don't actually have school nurses in every school considering that. My school district has 17 school nurses, 10 of which are full-time, and the other 7 are part-time. And part-time hours range anywhere from 32 hours a week to 20 hours a week. So it really just depends. But I know that is probably not the norm out there in the world. It's just what is particular to my school district. So if you have more questions about what seems to be the norm, and this other question about education requirements, nurse.org has a great school nurse career guide that helps guide you through all the different requirements for each particular state. In my school district, the certifications that you need to be a school nurse is you need to be a registered nurse with a bachelor's degree. But I know a lot of other agencies, school districts, require that you get the school nurse certification, and you can find more information on that on nurse.org. They have a whole resource guide for school nurses, and it even tells you how to sign up to take the National Certified School Nurse Test. I can see anywhere from 3 patients to 50 patients in a day, and it really just depends on the day. So, and it also depends on where I'm at. So if I'm in an elementary school, that number is significantly higher. And if I'm in the middle school, like junior high, or in the high school, then it's lower. And it's just because as the older they get, those kids are a little more self-sufficient, and generally they kind of take care of their own needs. But I will say that the students that I do see at the secondary level, junior high and high school, their injuries and sicknesses are generally bigger than what I would see in an elementary school.
I usually start out my day by coming in and talking to everyone, saying hi, making sure they know that I am there, because the last thing I want is for them to have something come up and not realize I'm there.
I am employed by my school district, but I know there are other school nurses that are hired by agencies and others that are hired by their local health department. So I think it just depends on the area you're at, where or how you are hired. School nursing is one of the most autonomous jobs I have ever had, meaning I primarily work independently. I am the only nurse in the building, but I'm not the only healthcare provider. We have speech therapists that come in and physical therapists, occupational therapists that come in and work with students as well. But primarily I work alone. I do train staff, so they know what to do in case of an emergency, and they are always very helpful when emergencies do arise, which they often do at school. Working in a school, I do often get to collaborate with teachers, administration, and other staff. Some of the ways I collaborate are by attending 504 meetings, IEP meetings, home and hospital meetings, even healthcare plan meetings, so that everybody's on the same page regarding the students' health needs. And those meetings are fun for me because I get to help advocate for students when in this educational setting. And so I get to explain the medical side of things in regards to their education. Other ways I collaborate is I do CPR training for teachers and coaches, and we do just basic healthcare training for anyone that needs it throughout the school year.
Shut those weary eyes.
Thanks for following me today on nurse.org. I really enjoyed sharing things about school nursing. If you enjoyed learning about school nursing and want to learn more, you can always follow me at the nurse's office on Instagram. And now it's time for me to go be mom. Another benefit of being a school nurse is no nights, no weekends. I get to be crazy soccer mom. So have a great day.